England have beaten Pakistan to win the ICC Men's T20 World Cup title. Jos Buttler's team was set a 138-run target by Pakistan, and the reigning 50-over world champions overhauled the target in a few overs. Now we have our sports editor, Digvijay Singh Deo, joining us live to provide more details. Hello to you, Digvijay. It really was a hard-fought final, wasn't it? Pakistan looked down and out after the first innings, but they fought back. Where do you think England won the match?
Yes, but before I get to that, Alison, I just think what we've seen over the last few minutes is the coronation of this English side as the standout white ball team over the last sort of 2 or 3 years. They become the first team to hold the ODI world title as well as the T20I world title at the same time. And if you just go back and just analyze this game, Pakistan will feel they were at least 30-40 short. Because you can't get into a final and score 137. It's not even the 2007 final where India scored 150 odd and ended up winning that World Cup against Pakistan. So Pakistan had England in a spot of bother. If they just had 20, 30 more runs extra, this game could have been a lot more different. But England, well, congratulations to them. It's been a tough campaign for them, as it was for Pakistan as well.
Absolutely hard fought. Pakistan looking down and out after the first innings, but they did fight back. But as you said, a rather small total of 137-run target for England to beat.
Yes, and Pakistan always sort of, you don't know what to expect from Pakistan in a situation like this, Alison, because for them and for England, this was the third World Cup final. England had lost in 2016 to the West Indies. In fact, heading into the last over, they were absolute favourites to win. But then Ben Stokes, ironically, was the one who was carted around for huge sixes by Carlos Brathwaite, and England lost. And fittingly, he was the one who took England to the win today. But Pakistan, there was a situation where they could have got more runs, but they just sort of seemed to get bogged down. And it just took me back to the way they play their cricket, very similar to what happened with India against England. In the first 6-over power play, just about 38, 39 runs. At the end of 10 overs, 67, 68. In big finals, you need to put the runs on the board, and then your bowlers can go out and defend. There was a phase where Pakistan bowlers came back. England had lost wickets. Ben Stokes and Moeen Ali were struggling to get runs. Shaheen Shah Afridi unfortunately got injured, and he hobbled back on to try and bowl, but he couldn't. And England just needed one good over, and it happened just after that, and that turned the momentum.
Right, let's focus on the winners. England, as you mentioned, the first team to hold both the 50-over and T20 World Cup title, an amazing achievement. Who are some of the standout players for you?
Well, I think the good thing about England across this campaign is that they haven't been extraordinary like they were in that 2019 ODI World Cup, where they seemed to chase down 300 and scored in excess of 300 almost every other game. If you look at the way England played this World Cup, they lost their second match at the MCG, ironically, to Ireland. Then their game against Australia got washed off. They had to win every match from there on. They beat New Zealand, they beat Sri Lanka in the semi-finals, an absolutely brilliant performance, chasing 170 against India with Alex Hales and Jos Buttler. But I think the thing with good teams, Alison, is that you're not dependent on any one player. I think we've seen that with Pakistan also in this World Cup, where they reached the final not because Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan scored a lot of runs. It's because the middle order scored runs and the bowlers sort of always got them the win. I think for England, everyone has stepped up at the right time. In the final today, Ben Stokes, barely was able to get bat on ball, and he was very scratchy. But it's the hallmark of a good player to take his team over the line. And that's what he did. Takes you back to the ODI World Cup final in 2019 against New Zealand, or that famous chase against Australia in the Ashes Test that same year. So England had the right people delivering for them just when they needed it. And I think that's a lesson for other teams. When you look back at this, in 2015, England were kicked out of the World Cup in Australia in the first round after they lost to Bangladesh. They reset their entire white ball philosophy. And it's been, 7 years? They're now world champions in ODI cricket. They're now world champions in T20 cricket.
Right, Ziggy, thank you very much.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.